woke up one day and I was like, and I looked at all that money drained, the hard work of 7 years. And I told myself, yani Mombasa, sijafika. Masai Mara, sijafika. And I told myself, this is my time to take me
Out I go to lose my mind and find my soul. She has learnt swimming within 2 weeks. She has learnt skating within 3 days. She has learnt hiking within a month. The only thing that she does not know is riding a bicycle. She is consistent. She has been there. She is a warrior. She is a heroine. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the director, Take Me Out Adventures Kenya. This is her story. Salam alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Introduce yourself.
Yes, so this is Dr. Peris Nderitu. I am a lecturer at Chuka University. I'm also an expert in crop protection. For my undergraduate is a BSc in horticulture, an MSc in crop protection, and a PhD in crop protection. Now, the question comes about where is Take Me Out Adventure coming in? So Take Me Out Adventures is a tour company based in Chuka, and our offices are at the highway between Chuka Meru Highway, first floor, opposite Lowlands at Ruby's petrol station. So you're very much welcome. It's a travel company. We travel across East Africa. In Kenya, we do all types of safaris, wildlife, beach, hiking, mountaineering, all that. So that is what Take Me Out Adventures does.
Speaking about a traveling agency, labda unaweza elezea mtu unajua kuna mtu pale nje anashangaa hii travel inahusu nini ama iko namna gani? Labda unaweza kumuelezea maybe in terms of wakati unasema travel agency unamaanisha nini?
Yeah, a travel agency generally means we are the people that have the information about maybe a particular destination that you really want to go to. Maybe you want to go to Masai Mara and you're wondering, how do I do it? Where do I start? Masai Mara 1, they don't allow any personal vehicles going there. So you have to use tour vans or tour land cruisers. So we are the people here to tell you what is required when traveling to Masai Mara. We will provide for you the required vehicles to go to Masai Mara. We will plan for you the dates and the days. We will plan for you the hotels where you will sleep. We will organize all the processes. We call it logistics until you get to Masai Mara and come back and you have enjoyed your holiday.
10th of October 2024 is the World Mental Health Awareness Day. And of course, Take Me Out Adventures Company, in partnership with the Department of Health, Tharaka County, are coming up with an activity, an event, to culminate or to celebrate mental health awareness, okay? So, the relationship between Take Me Out Adventures Kenya and mental health, hizi vitu mbili zinahusiana kivipi?
Yes, Take Me Out Adventures is a company that was born out of pain that turned into purpose. And the kind of pain I went through was more of a mental pain. And I felt that so many homes and families are missing something that we call a holistic way of living, a way in which you balance your work and you balance your family and you also balance the activities that you run around. So because of my loss and because of the kind of pain I went through, I had to look for ways to heal. And therefore, in the process of healing, Take Me Out Adventures was born.
Is it possible maybe to mention or to go deeper to these losses and pain that we are talking about?
Yes. So Take Me Out Adventures was born through a story which is very close to me. The story was that I've been working for the last, I would say Chuka is my home for the last like 10 years, having worked with the university for almost 10 years now. And of course, coming from a background of hard work, making sure you do your best, you have your dream, you have your vision in place, you know what you want to do and what you want to achieve within a particular period of time. And so you have targets for yourself. And in the process of making all those targets, I built a home, and the home was in Chuka. So when we built the home, unfortunately, because of family issues, marriage issues, I lost the home. And I woke up one day and I was like, I no longer have my home. I have to go back to a rental apartment. I have to tell my children, you know what, we are starting life again. And I felt like, when you're working with a government institution, you are taking a loan, finish the loan, do this, take another loan, do this, take another loan, do this. And I felt, wow, this is it. This is what our parents taught us. Jifunge mshipi, work so hard, make sure you meet your goals, jenga hii building, toka hiyo, jenga ingine, toka hiyo, nunua gari, nunua ingine. You're always running after things. You're always running after things until you forget, you wake up one day and you say, today, normally tell people, I think you need to sometimes just give yourself a stop and ask yourself, am I really moving in the right direction? Is this really the road that I should be going through? And that day, me losing a home was a moment of somebody telling me, can you stop? You've not been going in the right direction. And I looked at all that money drain, the hard work of 7 years go down. And I told myself, yani Mombasa, sijafika. Masai Mara, sijafika. And leo, nimesimama hapa, I have nothing. And I told myself, we look at, if you're told to go for a holiday, you're always like, hey, you pesa yote. That's too much to go for a holiday. Yani I spent 100,000 to go for a holiday. That's too much. But guess what? It was loans and loans that just disappeared in one day. And I told myself, this is my time to take me out. So I started taking me out. I started going for holidays. I remember booking for a holiday and I spent some good money. I slept in a luxurious hotel and people would be asking me, who has taken you out? And it was me taking myself out. I went to Masai Mara. I hiked Mount Kenya to Peak Lenana. 3 days. And in those 3 days, the question was, in my mind, I was telling myself, as I make every step, I'm going to make it again. I'm going to crawl again. I'm going to make it. I have to do it. And that is why you find in our vision. So when people came on board to ask me, hey, you love traveling, why don't you bring us on board? And my friends were like, why don't you bring us on board on this? And I was telling them, okay, I thought that is a good idea. But because it was ladies, I thought, why don't we have it wholesome for everybody? Is it the men, the boys, the children, everyone come on board? So once they told me that, it was an opportunity to bring out TakeMe-OutAdventures. It didn't take me long to think about the name because it was me taking myself out in the first place. Yeah.
Traveling, is it more about the money or the mentality?
I would say traveling is something that people have not appreciated. And I'll tell you, like for me, traveling was one of the greatest therapies that I ever got. Hiking in itself, when you look at our vision is to ensure that we have a healthy community, physically, emotionally, and mentally through travel, adrenaline adventures, hiking, that will help you to disconnect. That is one, you're disconnecting from a lot of things that have been affecting you. A lot, you are unplugging. disconnecting, you are recharging. When it means to recharge, you're getting back your energy. Sometimes you've overworked yourself the whole week in your office and you want to recharge. You just feel like, I'm drained. So a holiday is good for recharging. When we talk of building resilience, that is exactly what I did. Hiking Mount Kenya to Peak Lenana, and which I've also done hiking Mount Kilimanjaro, was a way of building resilience, telling myself, I can do it, I can make it, I can conquer this mountain. At that point, you're not talking about the mountain, which is Mount Lenana. You're talking about the mountain in your life, those struggles. You're just giving yourself the resilience to tell yourself, you know what? This mountain, these struggles in my life, I'm able to overcome them. So we build resilience, we strengthen relationships. When we talk of strengthening relationships, I can promise you I've been in marriage. And in marriage, there's something we call dry marriage, just dry. No coffee dates, no birthday dates, no anniversary, no holiday. It's just dry. And there's nothing as worse as having a dry marriage. So when we're talking of strengthening relationships, sometimes in relationships people feel unappreciated. Yeah, you could be a man in the family. Most men will say, I provide for you, I buy everything, I do everything for you. Yes, you do all those things for me, I don't disagree. But those are part of responsibilities. But what is that extra thing that you do to make us bond? Because sometimes in life it's not about the material possessions that we have, but the little time that you spend with me, or the little time that you spend with your children. That is exactly. In fact, somebody once said that your children will not remember the big schools you took them to. They will remember the small little games you played with them when they were young. They will feel that was my attachment with my dad. That was my attachment with my mom. So those are the things that we neglect. And when we talk of strengthening relationships, we want people to appreciate the moments they share together. Appreciate those little moments that you share as a family, as a husband and a wife. And that's why we normally have packages we call couple goals. Go out there as a husband and wife. Go out there as a family with your children. Bond with them. Just have that time whereby you say, I don't want, in these 3 days, we are not working. What we want to do here is, I want to hear your story. I want to hear what has been affecting you. I want to listen to all those silly stories that your baby who is 3 years old is willing to now tell the dad when you are too busy to listen to them. Yeah.
Hii ndoa ambayo kwa bahati mbaya ilienda hivi hivi, ilikuwa miaka kama ngapi? Ulikuwa umekaa hapo miaka ngapi?
Yeah, I was married for 7 years. And 7 is the number of perfection. And I think for me, coming from a background of salvation, that was the perfection for my marriage.
How did you overcome the fear? Because watu wengi uko na ile fear ya naona nikaa nimekaa sana, nimeinvest a lot kwa hii ndoa. Ulitekaje hiyo step ya kusema enough is enough, I have to get out? How did you overcome that fear?
Now, enough is enough is not an easy statement, because it is something that has built up over time, where you get to a position whereby you feel, I can't take it anymore. And for me, it was a position whereby I can't take it anymore, and I don't care what I lose, I don't care where I start, I don't care about anything. It was me, my life, and my mind. At that point, I remember I was saying to myself, the best thing I just want is peace of mind. So for me, my peace of mind became more expensive than anything else. And that's how I was able to just say, enough is enough.
So far, maisha iko namna gani?
So far for me, I would say the biggest thing that has happened, I won't tell any woman that it is easy. I can't tell you it is easy. the struggle is real.
Okay.
You'll have to pull yourself out. You'll have to work hard again. You'll have to try to recover yourself again. But the one thing that I really love most is that I can be me. I can do me.
Okay.
I can become me without having to change who I was. If I tell you I wanted to learn how to swim when I was in campus and I never learned it even in marriage, and then after marriage, I learned to swim in almost 2 weeks because I loved adventure. And I'll tell the young people, 80% of what you love should be 80% of what the other person loves. Because if you collide in your liking, then it doesn't work. Because what I love to do hiking, and you tell me you don't want to do hiking. So it looks like we are colliding in our ideologies. And there's nobody who wants to repeat the same thing all the time. You know, even we normally say when it is with anything that is monotonous is poisonous.
Yeah.
You know, even in marriage, if it is too, you're just staying in that house.
All work without play.
All work without
Jack
play.
a dull boy.
Exactly. It will make Jack a dull boy. But the worst thing is that in TakeMe-OutAdventures, we want you to build healthy relationships. Not making Jack a dull boy by running up and down with every Tom, Dick and Harry around you. But you could still spice up the same marriage by saying, you know what, it's time for us to go out for a holiday. It's time for us to go out with our children. It's time for us. And then the disconnect. Some people assume that taking your family for holiday is taking your wife for holiday. They are two different people.
Okay.
Taking your wife for holiday is different from taking your children and your family for holiday.
How so?
So it's different because the children come after you. But your wife is the person you will live with for the rest of your life. So that is the person you need to build the highest level of relationship with. Yeah.
You get out, you climb Mount Kenya, you get to Lenana Peak. As if that is not enough, you head over to Kilimanjaro. Okay? And as if that also is not enough, unaamua lazima ulearn kuswim. Mtu mkubwa kama wewe tu unaamua lazima ujue kuswim. Okay? Unatoka hapo unaenda kufunza mambo ya skating. The other day I saw you ukifanya skating. Ni nini inakudrive?
Now what drives me is that life in itself is an adventure. And the best thing that you could ever do for yourself is keep learning something new. We talk of in books, keep learning something new in books.
Right.
Even in life, keep learning something new. Get yourself a skill, something new. If it's skills, we are talking of you learn how to do posters as a student, learn how to do this or all that. But even when you have your own money, learn to do something interesting. If it's riding a bicycle, for me, it's just a way of telling myself, I think I need to learn something extra. Even if it's just something that can challenge me. How is it interesting? Just to break the bottom. Breaking the bottom.
A very good train as far as riding the bicycle is concerned.
Yes.
There's a bicycle called the Black Mamba. You do the Black Mamba?
Yes.
Convince me to attend for a trip or to go for holiday. Why should I go for holiday?
Now, holiday, as I've told you, it's a way of recharging. It's a way of reconnecting with your friends. It is a way of relieving yourself of stress. Going for a physical exercise like the walk we are going to be doing is also a way of reducing stress. By the way, if you can talk of those people who go for the gym, who go for swimming, who go for all those activities, physical activities, very few of them will sleep and say that they were stressed. Because already the exercise that you have done the whole day is too demanding. Umechangamka, umechoka pia. Kama ni kulala unalala kama mtoto. Hata umeshasahau kama kulikuwa na shida zozote zinalala around in your life. Exactly.
Tukimalizia, kuna kitu nitaja. Dry marriage. Marriage imekauka. Mnafunga ndoa kubwa sana. Siku ya Saturday watu wanapiga sherehe. Usiku inafika mnafunga hiyo story hapo. Honeymoon.
Yes. That is very, very critical. I want to say that most people neglect honeymoon. Because I think sometimes we forget. We are mostly looking at giving and forgetting ourselves. But for the few years I was married, I can tell you for free that when crises come, when crises come, it will not be the question of how many of our people you really entertained. And it will not be the question of how many vehicles that landed in our wedding. But the question will be, how did you treat me as a person? And how did I treat you as a person? I would wish that people would understand that honeymoon is a very critical moment for any kind of relationship. At least in time of crisis, your wife can say, when I think through, this man really spared money to take me for holiday to Zanzibar. It's not like he had the money, but he tried to spare money for that holiday for us to enjoy, just the two of us. That shows how much he treasures me and how much he values me. But most of the time, we value the world and forget ourselves. And guess what? In times of crisis, you will not have the world, you will have the two of you to make the critical decision of whether to move on or to let go. So I would advise people, anytime you're preparing for any wedding, we have very flexible packages. Very flexible packages. Get yourself a honeymoon destination. It doesn't have to be Zanzibar. It can be right here in Mombasa. It can be in Diani. It can be in Watamu. But let me tell you, in marriage, the memories you create, the two of you, is what matters at the end of the day. The memories you create with the crowd will end that evening. But the memories that you create in that honeymoon is a memory that you will forever remember.
Running TakeMe-OutAdventures Kenya, have you ever gotten to the lowest point wakati una run the agency? Ni kitu gani hiyo imeshaitendeka katika hizi shughuli tu zako za kurun the company? Karibu ukate tamaa.
Yeah, running TakeMe-OutAdventures has not been easy. Basically because sometimes, you expect that people will book for those holidays. Sometimes people won't book. Sometimes you feel like, was it a right decision or was it the wrong decision or the right decision that I made? But sometimes you will also meet people who encourage you and they tell you, you know what, you're still very young for a company to be in despair. Keep pushing, keep pushing. So sometimes also because of the people that come along your way and they encourage you, you keep pushing. And also I would say the biggest part of it also is driven by passion. If you have to drive anything, once you are passionate about it, it becomes easier for you to drive it. Because nobody is pushing you, nobody is looking at you, you're the one who is driving it. So for me, TakeMe-OutAdventures, most of it, and I drive it through passion at the moment. I'm driving it through passion. Even the vision behind it was through my own story. And I felt if I can heal through that, then somebody else can heal through in the same way. And that is why I'm encouraged to go on.
The big day, 10th of October 2024, Mental Health Awareness Walk. How is TakeMe-OutAdventures Kenya coming in?
Yes, because of our story and the kind of pain I went through, and I came out more healthy and relaxed through adventure, I felt it is important to tell people out there that mental health is something that you can recover from. You don't have to kill yourself in a closed environment. I can also say that people who we have hiked with, there are people who have come back to me and told me, by the way, when we went for that hike, that was a healing journey for me. And that really encourages me that that person went out and they felt relieved with whatever kind of burden they were having. So TakeMe-OutAdventures this year, because of our vision, we decided to partner with the Ministry of Health, Tarakaniti County, for that same purpose, so that we can reach out to somebody out there who is wondering, what do I do? One, you can go for adventure. Two, you can go for therapy. Three, you can do other activities, and you can seek psychological help. So when we looked at it, for me, my story would be healed by adventure. But there's somebody else's story that would feel better if they went for a psychologist. So that is why we partnered, so that we can have all kinds of ways, or a holistic way in which you can heal from any mental distress. So that is how TakeMe-OutAdventures is coming in. We also want to notify you that most of the research has already been done, and it shows that when you travel, when you adventure, when you do new things, that is already enough to heal you from any kind of mental distress that you have. Yeah.
Ukiwa pale Kilimanjaro, I understand Kilimanjaro is the tallest mountain in Africa. Kama nakumbuka social studies yangu. Unafilaje? Uko pale umeshafika. Unafilingiaje? Can you describe briefly the feeling?
Yeah, so when it comes to hiking mountains, like Kilimanjaro, what happens is, one, it's also in our vision, it's building resilience, and also making you feel that you can conquer. And when you are at the top of Mount Kilimanjaro, you know, the thing is like, oh wow, I can conquer this. I can't believe I'm here. You know,
ile hewa iko pale ni tofauti na
nyingine. Hewa ni same, lakini you have that feeling that imagine you've been walking for 6 days na leo umefika kwenye ulikuwa unafika. So it's just an exciting moment of how much you have conquered all that whole terrain. The terrain had the mountains, the caves, the moving around, all of that. You have conquered all that, and you have reached to the peak of it. So that is what we are talking. When you're climbing that mountain, it's the same as life. Life has its own struggles. Life has its own challenges, but you have to conquer them all. So when you're climbing that mountain, you're telling yourself, I'm able to conquer even the normal life challenges that I have.
Maybe do you have a vision of climbing the Everest?
Not the Everest, because I've had people die. I'm always telling myself I will go to the base camp. I don't want to go to the main, but
you can as well try.
It's in my mind.
The parting shot, and also as maybe you tell the viewer, Pali, why should they choose TakeMe-OutAdventures Kenya? You know, for a trip, for a holiday, for a vacation, for a staycation. Yeah, why?
Yeah, why TakeMe-OutAdventures? TakeMe-OutAdventures is a travel company, and our values, number one, is integrity, and we are honest. We can assure you that when you book with us, your money is safe, and we will deliver. We offer excellent services in everything that we do. We have also passionate hikers that will take you to the different destinations if it is a mountaineering adventure. And we can promise you that our service is excellent. So we are welcoming you to work with us, join us together as we go out, lose our minds, and find our souls.
Right. The Englishmen say, when life throws lemons to you, you make lemonade out of it, okay? She says even broken crayons can color. That is a story. Out of pain, TakeMe-OutAdventures Kenya. Now this time round, we are sensitizing people and creating awareness about our mental health. And that's why we are saying we are participating. In fact, we are part of the Mental Health Awareness Walk scheduled 10th of October 2024. Join, come with us, say no to the stigma. Bye-bye.